What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another how-to video. Today I'm going to show you how I made my song called Snow. It's the first song off the Blurry Songs EP. So I hope you're either enjoying it or will enjoy it, depending on when you're watching this. So this is a pretty simple song, also pretty similar to Today, but there's a little bit of a backstory to this song. So this is actually the oldest song off of the entire tape. I created this song probably in July, I want to say, maybe June or July. Um, and it sat around for a while. I didn't even know I was going to be releasing an EP this year. I just decided, to drop music at some point, and this song was one of the songs I knew that I had to put out just because of the way it sounds and the material, and I don't know, it's just an overall, it's just the best vibe that I got. Um, but unfortunately, when I wrote made this song way back in the day, or not back in the day, but back in like summer, I accidentally deleted the project file. So I lost like the original file where it had like all the MIDI information, all the old takes, all that stuff. And so I tried my hardest. I really tried my hardest to create it again, but it was just one of those beats where I could not find. Like I could not find the exact notes or the exact sound, and I couldn't just get it like to happen again. So it was really unfortunate. I was really bummed because I really thought that I wasn't gonna be able to put the song out. But luckily, I had the foresight. Well, not foresight, but luckily, I love my music so much that I had made a bounce of the original Snow. So this is the MP3 from that, and basically, it kind of has like the entire basis of the song, which is just basically 16 bars. So I'll play that real quick.
Rooftop chillin'.
So as you can see, those 16 bars right there are the entire basis of the song. So like any part of the song just basically has that. So it either is the the main chords by themselves like this, or it's the main chords with the little melody played over it like this. And so what I did was basically take that and I sampled it, or like I cut it up and I just basically made it do a perfect loop. Now, unfortunately, right here at the end of the little loop, or of the little part with the melody on it, you can hear that first breath I took very subtly, but it's there. And luckily enough, the rest of the song pretty much covers that up. But I remember that being like, ah, crap, how am I gonna hide that? But that's basically how I remade the song. I just used the intro from that MP3 that I had bounced, um, and I knew that this part, the part with or with the little melody over it, was gonna be mainly the main part of the song, with like this part being just the intro and stuff like that. So once I did that, I basically put it all together into like one merged track, and it just loops throughout the entire way. And then from there, it was basically just what I usually do. So as you can see here, I have my 808 Flex hi hats, the ones I've just been really using a lot lately, and they're basic. There's no EQ on them or anything like that. And then after that, I added the kick, and of course the snare. Love that. Okay. And then I added the trap bass. And I wish I could show you guys the original chords and stuff like that for the sound. All I remember was the main chords were just just a couple chords played over and over again, and then there's the little melody, and then last but not least, if you can hear it, you have to kind of listen for it. there's just one like little note being played at the beginning of every 8 bars, I believe, 4 bars, maybe no, it's every 4 bars. It's this little dun 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 dun, and that kind of just helped like bring more ambience and atmosphere to it. I really like that sound. So that was the basic beat, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't really a complicated beat. And then from there, I basically was in the original part or in the original file, it was just business as usual. I just freestyled stuff. I freestyled like random words, random melodies until like I started hearing like the song starting to come together. When I deleted the file and I had to go back and remake this, I basically was just referencing the original file and trying to get everything as close to that original file as I could. Um, Whether it be the words, the cadence, all that stuff. So the words I wrote out and just redid again. Um, and then basically I just was trying to match my exact flows like I had them. As you can see, my vocal chain hasn't really changed at all. It's still just these it's still the waves tune. It's still the VEQ with just a little bit of cutting out my low ends and pushing my highs a little bit. My CLA3A doing its job, and a noise gate. And then I also have my reverbs onto my sends, as you can see here. Just echo that kind of, and I had like the echo and stuff like that to just add more ambience and stuff. Next was the hook. So the hook is pretty simple. Um, it in the beat it cuts out like the a lot of the drums cut out here. It was really meant to be like very atmospherical, just very like I don't know how to explain it, like almost aired out in a sense. Like it was like there was so much bass and kick and stuff like that during the verses. This is the part where like I wanted it to kind of just be smooth and calm. And so that's what I did here with the hook.
She like cocaine, like I like her too. She gon' party till tomorrow too.
So to achieve this little, I wanted the last words of every bar or of the hook to like have this echo to kind of like again like create more ambience and more atmosphere during the hook. And I also added like this little filter effect or this little like robotic effect here at the end. It's from Waves. It's a Waves plugin. And it's called Ultra Pitch. They have a 3 voice and a 6 voice. I use the 3 voice. I don't know exactly technically how to use this thing. I just know how to manipulate it to get it to sound good. So all I know is down here is where like you turn on the little voices. Each of these little dots are like a voice. And when you go up to these upper right hand corners, that's where like you get the little robot voice. I'm not gonna mess with it too much because I don't want to mess it up and forget how I did it. But trust me, like if you move these little buttons over here, these little buttons, it just makes more different pitches and stuff like that. And then I added an echo to it, and I added this EQ, which is kind of like it does that like, how do you call it? Like telephone effect. I'll play it real quick. And it just kind of again just added ambience and like a cool little sound to the entire like little to the entire hook. And so once I got done with that, it was pretty much done. The last thing I added was the second verse, which was the same vocal processing as the first, with just a little bit more reverb and stuff on it because it was like a little bit more calmer.
Party at a crib, party at a crib. We be getting lit, we be getting lit. Cocaine, cocaine, cocaine.
And then last but not least, I just did this little like outro right here.
Rooftop chillin', yeah, rooftop chillin'.
Which was just like a repeat of all the beginning of the very first verse. Um, and that's basically Snow. Again, like a very simple song. It just the only complexity that it took was uh when I deleted that original file, I had to basically go back and remake the entire song. But once I figured out how to do that by just, like I said, like looping that intro and figuring out where I can put that intro and referencing again, like I'm so thankful that I ended up with this MP3 because I could like that MP3 was basically finished version of the song. It just wasn't the highest quality. Um, and I was happy with it. So being able to recreate the beat and then putting like all the drums and stuff and getting my voice like almost exactly the way I had it was really the only complex part about this song. Everything else was just, a sound with drums. And I think that really like goes to show you that like in rap, especially in rap, this is for a lot of genres, but rap really in particular, your voice is like the instrument over a lot of your beats. I think that that's what producers are really need to focus on or like think about when they're creating a beat. I remember being younger and I wanted my beats to be so complex and so wild. And so by the time I would try to rap on them or one of my friends would rap on them, there wasn't really any place for the voice to be. And this beat right here is kind of is a very good example of like there's literally only about maybe 7 sounds in this entire beat, and the rest of everything else is vocals. I mean, like the drums, or there's only 4 drums, and then there's a sample. And even in the original file, there was only 3 instruments. There was that original chorus or that chord pad or chord you hear in the beginning. There was the little melody over that, and then there was that one single note that played. Other than that, other than that, it was just vocals. And as you can see, I spent a lot of time trying to get it to sound exactly the way I wanted it, or the way it used to sound, because I have all these takes. Like, I have so many takes of the hook and the second verse and the first verse. And again, it just goes to show you that like a lot of the work comes down to like, are you going to be, is your voice going to be the main thing of the song? But yeah, so that's Snow. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If it's out, if it's not out, then I hope you guys are excited for it. But it is the first song off the EP. It's my favorite song off the EP so far, and I really enjoy making it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and till next time.